Life has a way of balancing the scales. You don't have to chase justice. You don't have to get even. You don't even have to speak a word because the pain they gave you, oh, it's coming back to them. People think they can walk through life sowing destruction, lying, betraying, tearing others down, and never face the consequences. But let me tell you something. What you put into this world will come back. It may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, but it will come. And when it does, it won't ask for permission. You see, pain is a boomerang. They threw it at you, thinking it would destroy you, but what they didn't realize is that it's already making its way back to them. The lies they told, the betrayals they committed, the suffering they caused. They thought they got away with it, but life doesn't forget. The universe doesn't ignore justice. What they gave you is already on its way home. But here's the key. You don't have to chase it. You don't have to plot. You don't have to waste your energy seeking revenge. That's not your job. Your job is to rise. Your job is to grow. Your job is to take the pain and turn it into power. They expected you to break. They wanted you to be consumed by anger, to fall into bitterness, to waste your life thinking about what they did. But you are bigger than that. You are stronger than that. The greatest revenge isn't screaming about the injustice. It's walking in undeniable success. Because when they see you thriving, when they see you smiling, when they see you winning, oh, that's going to hurt them more than anything else ever could. And when their time comes, when the pain they gave you returns to them, you won't even need to watch. You won't care. Because you'll be too busy living the life they tried to destroy. So let them do what they do. Let them think they got away with it. But trust me, they didn't. The pain they gave you, it's coming back. And when it does, it won't knock. It'll kick the door down. And you'll be too far ahead to even hear it. Life operates on a cycle. What you put out, you will receive. What you send into the world will always find its way back to you. That's why pain is like a boomerang. People think they can throw it at you and walk away. But what they don't realize is that it's already circling back to them. They lie on you, they betray you, they tear you down, thinking they can move forward untouched. But life doesn't work that way. That pain they caused, that suffering they inflicted, it has a way of tracking its owner. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to chase them down or wish bad on them. The very energy they sent out will hunt them down all on its own. Some people go through life hurting others and believing they got away with it. They see no consequences at first, and they start thinking they are above the rules. But life doesn't forget. It doesn't ignore the wounds they created. It's just waiting for the right time to deliver the return. And when it does, it comes harder, stronger, and with more force than they ever imagined. That's why you don't have to waste your time in anger or revenge. That's why you don't have to get caught up in trying to make them feel what you felt. You don't need to throw anything back at them, because what they threw is already making its way home. The people who tried to break you will eventually feel the weight of their own actions. They don't see it now, but life will teach them. And when it does, you won't have to lift a finger. Just because you don't see justice right away doesn't mean it's not coming. Karma has no deadline. It doesn't send warnings. It doesn't operate on your timeline, and it doesn't ask for permission. It moves in silence, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. People think they can do wrong and walk away untouched. They betray you, hurt you, and move on with their lives like nothing ever happened. They smile, they thrive, they act as if the damage they caused was meaningless. And you sit there wondering, where is the justice? Why does it seem like they got away with it? But listen to me. Nobody gets away with anything. Just because you can't see it happening doesn't mean the process isn't already in motion. Karma is patient. It waits until they least expect it. It waits until they've built something they truly care about. Then it shakes the ground beneath them. The pain they gave you, it will return when it hurts them the most. You don't need to rush the process. You don't need to sit around watching and hoping to see them fall. That's wasted energy. Instead, focus on yourself. Focus on healing, growing, and becoming everything they never thought you could be. Because when their time comes, you won't even care. You'll be too busy living the life they tried to take from you. Life always finds a way to settle the score. It may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, but the pain they gave you is already on its way back. And when it arrives, there won't be anywhere for them to run. Revenge is a distraction. It pulls you away from your purpose, locks you into a cycle of anger, and keeps you chained to the very people who hurt you. When someone does you wrong, the natural instinct is to want payback. You want them to feel what you felt, to hurt like you hurt, to lose like you lost. But listen, you don't have to do a thing. Life has a way of handling people far better than you ever could. The energy they put out will find them. The pain they caused will revisit them. And when it does, it will be beyond your control, beyond your influence, beyond anything you could have orchestrated. That's why you have to let it go. Not for them, but for you. Because when you hold on to revenge, you're keeping yourself tied to the past. You're letting them control you long after the damage was done. Every time you think about getting even, you're delaying your own progress. You're feeding the very negativity they planted in you. The real power, it's in moving forward. It's in taking the pain they gave you and turning it into something greater. It's in building a life so strong, so successful, that their betrayal becomes irrelevant. Because nothing hurts more than seeing the person they tried to break rise above them. So, don't waste your time plotting. Don't waste your energy waiting for their downfall. Let life handle them. It will. And when it does, you'll be too far ahead to even notice. Pain can do two things. It can break you, or it can build you. The choice is yours. The pain they gave you was meant to destroy you, to weaken you, to make you question yourself. But what they didn't realize is that pain, when used correctly, becomes fuel. It becomes power. It becomes the very thing that pushes you toward greatness. Every struggle, every betrayal, every disappointment, it all carries energy. And you can either let that energy consume you, or you can take it and transform it into something unstoppable. Instead of sitting in the darkness they left you in, you rise. Instead of letting the hurt define you, you let it refine you. The strongest people in this world are not the ones who had it easy. They are the ones who took their wounds and turned them into wisdom. The ones who faced rejection, failure, and heartbreak, but refused to let it destroy them. Pain is a teacher, and if you listen, it will show you who you really are. You don't grow from comfort, you grow from the fire. And right now, you have a choice. Either let the pain keep you stuck, or use it as motivation to become everything they thought you couldn't be. Let the pain make you stronger, wiser, more disciplined. Let it be the reason you work harder, move smarter, and push further than ever before. Because one day, the very thing that was meant to break you will be the thing that built you. And when that day comes, you'll realize the pain wasn't a curse. It was a gift. Nothing hurts them more than seeing you win. They wanted you broken, bitter, stuck in the past, replaying what they did over and over. They wanted you to stay small, doubting yourself, questioning your worth. But the moment you decide to rise, the moment you shift your focus from them to you take away their power. Success is the ultimate revenge because it shows them they failed. They tried to bring you down, but instead they pushed you forward. They tried to bury you, but they didn't realize you were a seed. Every tear, every setback, every moment of pain, it wasn't the end. It was just the beginning of your comeback. When you focus on success, you shift the energy. You stop looking back and start moving forward. You stop wasting time on people who don't deserve your attention. Instead, you invest in yourself. You build. You grow. You turn every ounce of pain into fuel. And before you know it, you're standing in a place they never thought you'd reach. And here's the thing, you won't even need to say a word. Your success will speak for itself. When they see you thriving, when they see you smiling, when they see you walking in confidence, they will feel the weight of their own failure. Because the best revenge isn't proving them wrong with words, it's proving them wrong with results. So let them watch, let them wonder how you did it. Let them sit in the regret of losing someone they once underestimated, because while they're stuck in their old ways, you'll be too busy winning to even notice. No one escapes the consequences of their actions. They may think they got away with it. They may think life has moved on and forgotten what they did. But sooner or later, everything they planted, every lie, every betrayal, every moment of pain they caused will come back to them. Life is a mirror. It reflects what you put into it. If you plant deceit, you will reap deception. If you plant pain, you will reap suffering. If you plant destruction, you will reap chaos. It may not happen today, it may not happen tomorrow, but the harvest always comes. You don't have to remind them. You don't have to chase after them, hoping they'll feel what they made you feel. Life will handle that for you. What they thought was forgotten is simply waiting for the right moment to return. And when it does, they won't be able to run from it. People think they can control everything, except the consequences of their own actions. They can lie to themselves, pretend they've moved on, but the energy they put out is coming back home. And when it does, it won't knock. It will enter, uninvited, and it will demand payment in full. But by then, you won't even care, because while they're busy facing what they tried to escape, you'll be thriving. While they're reaping what they sowed, you'll be reaping the rewards of your discipline, your strength, and your growth. So let them do what they do. Let them believe they've won, because life never lets a debt go unpaid. And when their time comes, they will wish they had chosen differently. The pain they gave you will return to them. Life has a way of balancing the scales. You don't have to chase justice. You don't have to fight for revenge. You don't even have to say a word, because the pain they gave you, it's already on its way back to them. They thought they could hurt you and walk away untouched. They thought they could lie, betray, and tear you down without ever facing the consequences. But that's not how life works. Pain is a boomerang. What they threw at you is already circling back to them. They thought they got away with it. But what they don't see is that life never lets a debt go unpaid. The hardest part is the waiting. You sit there wondering when justice will come, wondering why it seems like they're happy while you're still dealing with the damage they caused. But listen, karma has no deadline. Just because you don't see it happening doesn't mean it's not in motion. Life doesn't rush. It waits for the perfect moment. And when that moment comes, there will be no escape. That's why you don't have to seek revenge. That's why you don't have to waste your energy plotting or wishing for their downfall. The pain they gave you will return to them without your help. Your job is not to get even. Your job is to rise, to focus on yourself, to take the pain and turn it into power. They expected you to break. They wanted you bitter, angry, stuck in the past. But you have something greater inside you. You have the ability to take everything they meant for harm and transform it into fuel. Every tear, every struggle, every sleepless night, it's all making you stronger. They thought they buried you, but they didn't realize you were a seed. And here's the truth. The best revenge is success. Nothing punishes them more than seeing you thrive. When they see you smiling, when they see you winning, when they see you walking in confidence while they're stuck facing their own mess, that's when they'll realize they lost. Because no matter how long it takes, they will reap what they sow, the lies they told, the pain they caused, the destruction they left behind. It will all come full circle. Life doesn't forget. And when it's time for their harvest, they won't be able to run from it. But by then, you won't even notice, because you'll be too busy living the life they tried to take from you.